Hey, shout out that boy King Kai, man. He be making great content. Go check him out. He's really funny. Like and subscribe. So we start off with that boy Sonic doing what he does best, which is running. And where is he running to, you may ask? Shout out the mother faking ultimate life form. The real one, because, you know, they be having every damn strong character as ultimate life form. You get an ultimate life form. You get an ultimate life form. You get an ultimate life form. Anyways, the blue blur jumps into the air and tries to kick Shadow, but is parried. They clash shoulders and then turn into their ball forms and clash again. And quick side note, how the freak can they see where they are aiming to hit? Like, how can they see in that form? Like, that makes no sense to me. And actually, I think I'm right, because that last clash got Sonic looking out into space. Like, ain't nothing over there for you to see, man. So he turns back around and gets absolutely decked in the schnoz. But he's able to quickly get on his feet and recover swiftly. But his stupid ass thinks to himself, huh, rushing in didn't work last time, let me just do it again. So he tries to buy the games again, and hey, maybe it's a good plan because he got that boy Shadow hitting the Michael Jordan emote. Actually, he was just revving up this mean ad attack and summons a bunch of electric chaos balls things. Whatever. He launches him to Sonic's direction, but Sonic is too fast. He knows how to get out of this. And he does just that by ducking, dodging, weaving, ankle breaking, evading, mana wavering, eluding, escaping, sidestepping, avoiding all of them attacks. I'm not gonna lie, Shadow, yo, I gotta get off the court, big dog. You fucking selling the parlay right now. And I can't even say you telling people sexy red tour days with your field goals made and field goals attempted, cause you ain't hit that ninja with one ball yet. I mean, I hope you're not telling people, because I just know that's a snooze fest and a waste of everybody's time. So that dude Sonic dashes in and puts quills to facial features on that boy's Shadow. Then he retreats to a Dwayne Johnson and rushes in at Shadow while simultaneously activating his blue lightspeed form. And that thing is so darn tough, much better than whatever that Ninja Deku was rocking. I'm dark and brooding and I'm a vigilante now. Like, dude, you're not Batman.
Man, you corny!
Anyway, Sonic goes in and punches the fluffing wings out of old dude. My boy Sonic starts to add a little razzle dazzle to this fight by hitting Shadow 9 straight times, putting the whole combo on Broski. I mean, he is juggling that ninja crazy, just out there ping-ponging his little dumb ass. So Shadow's had enough of getting treated like Yamcha and decides that he can also do transformations. He unleashes his winged out form, and hey, this looks like another black character that's supposed to be a mirror of the antagonist. Well, hopefully Shadow actually does something of importance other than taking Sonic's girl and chomping someone's head smooth off. So they stop the fight because Sonic is like, how you even get that transformation? And bro, we can ask you that same exact question. So they decide to chat it up and starts to argue over their ideals and ways of dealing with problems. Shadow is like, we need to snuff out problems before they get worse. And Sonic's like, I've dealt with issues once they appeared, and it's fun, so it's okay. And Shadow starts to go in on Sonic, straight frying dog, saying this is why Eggman gets away with stuff, and why your friends always getting pieced up. He really treating him like that ninja Kakarot. He be waiting in Aura Farm until the last 4 fucking seconds to go out and help his team after they done already lost limbs and lives. Sonic is like, alright bro, you don't gotta help. I literally do not need you at all, bro. I don't need you. You are not helpful at all, bro. I'm cool. And can you blame him? He's literally been able to stop threats all by his lonesome. So since this is occurring during Sonic Generations, right, Shadow is like, you can beat the Time Eater without the emeralds. Since you say you're so cold like that, you don't need them for real. And Sonic says, I don't remember asking. Find them once. So Blaze stops the fight before it can go any further, and we find out that she was saved, because Sonic has to save people in Sonic Generations, by the one and only Silver the mother fluffing hedgehog. So they start picking on my dude Silver, talking about, you weak, you sorry, the one game that you were in fucking sucked and nobody liked it. And I mean, they just clowning on this ninja right now. Shoot, even Tails gets in on the action, hitting bro with a major look, ha 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 ha. But I know your yellow eye ain't laughing, Miles. Need I remind you, Tails, this is you, by the way. This is entirely you. Scared, cowering in fear, begging for another person to save you. Like, dude, you're hitting a freaking school tornado warning pose, and we supposed to take you seriously? We supposed to laugh at your jokes? Like, hey, come on, man, that's dumb. And Rouge chimes in saying that Silver could be her, but can he be everybody else?
I don't know.
So Silver starts listing off all the great things he's done in his own talent. Alright, whatever you say, Trunks, and how he's handled business before, and how the only reason they be beating him is because they got the maxed out sneaking perks. So Silver declares he's gonna defeat them in a fight and use the emeralds to kill the timey-wimey thingy. Yeah, we gotta work on that, broski. You gotta make better insults, my dude. Just look at me. I'm good at making them, right, guys? So they decide to have a fair fight with teams of 3 except Blaze and Silver, because if Silver is so strong like he says he is, he don't need that much help out there. Alright, let's get to boxing! Oh yeah, epilepsy warning. Stay safe, guys. This is your chance to leave. If you have had a history of seizures or still get them, please leave. I'm being serious right here. Alright, the fight starts off with Shadow jumping into the air and directly aiming his kick attack to Silver, and he really just launched that ninja out the screen. Frame 1, dog. So after getting old boy up out of here, Shadow kicks, but it gets blocked. And he throws out another kick, which gets weaved. Then he throws out that sorry ad key blast again, which misses. again. And then he shoots out another one, which Sonic does a Saquon reverse hurdle over. She too tough. Shadow gets ready to do it again, but Silver saves him and us from the embarrassment by shoulder checking his little ass. I mean, he absolutely clobbered broski. Sonic takes advantage of them being stuck together and kicks them again, bouncing their dumb butts like a basketball, turns into Taz and tries another kick, but that don't work against a time user. Cause Silver escapes, tries to kick Sonic but misses. Sonic says to himself, "Rush in!" but whiffs on his attack. Silver teleports back in, tries to kick Sonic but misses again, and Shadow finally escapes purgatory. That ninja Spring Trap gonna try and take some notes, but I'm sorry dog, I just hit Golden Freddy up and he said yo I ain't leaving anytime soon. Shadow back hits Silver into a rapid grab combo, tries kicking him but is blocked, then tries to do a high-low double kick mix up on Sonic but it fails, of course. He tries a flip kick but is dodged. Silver pops back in like he TFS Goku and telekinesis grabs Shadow and force pushes him away. He on his Nagato with the and Sonic runs away to gain speed and tries to kick Silver, but Shadow hits a Toto and Yuji move, hitting that switcheroo on him. Shadow swipes but misses, kicks, misses again. Roundhouse kicks but gets blocked, tries to sweep but Silver hits that speed backflip up out of there. And that dude Shadow just went 0 for 4. This dude been doing his best Angel Reese impression, just shooting anything out there. They clash fists, clash kicks. Silver jumps another attack, throws a key blast but misses. Shadow does the exact same thing and misses, to the absolute surprise of no one. Silver sweeps but Shadow's a weaver. Reference. Shadow appears and finally lands a kick, kicks Silver into the air, kicks him into the air again, connects the Chaos Blast. Oh no, Silver, you gotta move. He finna start doing the SSJ2 Gohan Bombo. So Shadow Red Roman cancels to Silver and grabs him and
why did it just get dark? Why did it just get dark?
Silver, no! Dang, he got the Raging Demon off. Nasty, go ahead and give him his victory screen. Sonic finally comes back into the fight with an attack and ooh, okay, I see you, my boy, with the SSJ Goku 5M elbow. Shadow wraps up a fire kick, but he gets blocked somehow. Sonic walk dodges Shadow's kick, got bro's legs looking like the number 7. Sonic pill dashes to Shadow with the punch, but he's parried, misses a kick, misses another kick, and flips to regain some spacing. And he uses that move to turn into a ball and spin dashes towards Shadow, but gets blocked. Tries it again, but goes to the other side, no lane of rain. But Shadow uses a freaking force field to stop that attack. Then Shadow jumps up and hits bro with a dimensional circle attack. Sonic kicks himself back up like he in the WWE, and then they both turn into balls. They clash and start hitting that too fast for the IDBZ move, creating a hurricane. They activate their light speed forms as Sonic goes for a kick but misses. Shadow tries to punch but fails. They clash once, clash twice, clash thrice, clash thrice, clash fives, clash sixths, clash sevens, clash eighths, clash ninths, and clash tenths. Man, they going tit for tat, toe to toe, band for band, bar for freaking bar out there. Drake thought him and Kendrick were doing that same exact thing, talking about some that's the rip where you got molested.
You ain't funny.
You a fucking weirdo.
And dude, they are moving so fast that their base forms are fighting while they're fighting in their light speed forms. What? And they have this super mega punch clash causing a whole bunch of explosions. This may seem crazy to us, but this is normal for New Yorkers. They just gotta watch as the Hulk tosses their brand new 2012 Honda Civic at Abomination just to miss. Silver is trying to protect himself, but is slowly realizing that he might not be built for this, cause he is getting cooked out there and he not even fighting for real. So Shadow activates his Chaos Ball and fires them at Sonic, but Sonic just starts to punch them things away instead of dodging, and then uses his super explosive wave to destroy the rest of the balls. So Shadow aura farming, thinking he finished the job, but he must never watch Dragon Ball or Kobe, because we all know that explosions mean that they survived the attack and that the job is never finished. So his stupid ass gets surprised by Sonic, who is genuinely trying to end Shadow's life, and Sonic punched the light speed form out of this ninja. Gosh dang, bro was definitely finished after that attack. Shadow is able to recover from the attack and get into his battle stance. He then activates his demon wing form and charges at Sonic as Sonic charges at him. They clash their suits together and Sonic gets taken out of his form, and they somehow cause another explosion. I genuinely don't know how that even happened. So Silver's still having an existential crisis because they just out there moving different. Not gonna lie, you kinda glazing. I'm gonna need you to stop. Silver gets mad that he's not strong and what's this? Is that a faint hint of untapped power I sense? And we'll save it for later. Alright, we cut over to the other fighters and see that they boxing up too. Starting with Knuckles and Blaze, the former who punches but is blocked by the latter. Knuckles does a 6H but gets dodged. Blaze flip kicks but gets blocked. Knuckles does a jumping punch and lands it, then uppercuts her, then does a right hook uppercut, then gives her a left hook. Ryan Garcia would be very proud. That is just all reliable for him. Ninja be 0 for 12 and still be spamming that attack. My boy Knuckles going crazy out there. Really put a 4-piece combo on Blaze. See, that's why you can't be fighting stupid ninjas. And Dominus Rex tried tried that ish with Rexy and got put on a t-shirt with the quickness. He extends the combo with an uppercut into a left 6H. I mean, that boy Knuckles is not chuckling at all. He is not playing around. That punch was so devastating that I got Blaze participating in role reversals, hitting the Will You Marry Me. So Blaze jumps twice and activates her fire feet and dashes to Knuckles, and he is also preparing for the attack and gets into a battle stance. So Blaze does a spin move and launches a bunch of fireballs at Knuckles. She thinks she Bowser, and Knuckles begins to dodge 2 fireballs by falling with style through the air. Then he decides he's just gonna brute force his way through this and starts to hit the ball. He spin punches one, kicks the second one up, says sure you get into the third, but gets blitzed by Blaze. She hit that ninja with a spear. So Blaze tries to kick Knuckles but fails, clashes the next attack, clashes another, clash again, and then they hit the DBZ rapid fire combo clash. This is so beautiful to see, man. They both prep up their attacks using their elemental powers to clash and make an explosion. So Tails is shield blocking all of these key blasts and blocks his super big blast that came from Omega. Omega and Rouge are just sitting there acting like they won. And that's how I know Team Dark don't be watching no Dragon Ball or anime for that matter, because what did I say earlier? If you have a big explosion like that, job's not finished, dude. So Tails uses the smoke to shoot an electric ball towards Omega and Rouge, but they dodge it. Then the ball commits mitosis and starts to attack them, but they're able to deflect them away. Omega then charges up a focus miss and fires the ball towards Tails, who just kind of phased through it. Bro, a ghost or something? How he do that? Tails then used his big fluffing gun to shoot at them, but he missed. He ain't hit not a darn thing out there. However, it was a setup and Rouge gets attacked from behind. Tails then rushes to Omega and they up the pole on each other, talking about,
why does it always have to end up like this? Cause you's a
both fire at each other, creating an explosion, and Tails comes out of it running at full speed and throws out 2 balls from his tails. Omega blocks the first and parries the second ball. Then they clash. Tails sweeps, then attacks with a freaking after image strike and uses that to teleport behind Omega. He then places something on Omega's back and Omega tells him, stop touching niggas with your hand! Omega goes in for a punch, but the device that was on his back blows up and Tails gets ready to punch him, and that is so freaking cool. He had hints of Knuckles right there. I always love when media does that, man. And Tails absolutely rocks Omega's sternum, booming him. I just know he gonna be gasping for air, and that punch left Omega crashing into Rouge and taking them both out. So back to the actual action. Sonic in his ball form dashes in at Shadow, and Shadow goes in for a punch and connects it and then punches him again, pushing his butt back. Sonic is able to recover and land his own superhero pose. So Sonic jumps and dashes into Shadow's direction, readying up a punch, and just look at how fluffy mad Shadow is. Sonic all joyous and stuff, having a great time, and Shadow is pissed. He wants bro to die. As they get ready to hit each other, they peep Silver hitting his own version of the anime pose. Silver causing a flashbang and then starts to shake the whole atmosphere, and all Shadow and Sonic can do is watch as my ghost Silver powers up to his freaking maximum strength, achieving his dark telechronetic form. So Sonic gleefully rushes in and Shadow follows in behind him, and they try to hit Silver, but they miss 15 times in a row. Trust me, I counted. My boy moving like UI Goku out there. So both of the hedgehogs try and kick Silver's head smooth off, but he opens his eyes and activates his powers and starts weaving all of their stuff. I mean, he's starting to flexing on them right now. So Shadow tries to punch, kick, and then kicks again, but misses all attempts. And then Sonic tries to join in, but he also misses his attacks. That's so sad to see. So Silver jets up out of there and then clobbers Sonic right in the fucking nostrils. He then slams the ground and actually attacks his own teammate. Bro doesn't even care anymore. He just crashing out right now. And yes, I used the term correctly. He then yells and covers the super mushroom explosion and knocks Shadow down to one knee, hitting the Will You Marry Me. He recovers but gets yoinked up via telekinesis and gets launched into the air. And while Silver is holding Bro in place, he is simultaneously blocking all of Sonic's attacks. But he gets annoyed and tired of the blocking and just grabs and slams Sonic's face to the ground, jiggling that ninja like a basketball. Sonic's face gonna be looking like these by the end of this fight. He then activates some sort of time skip, powers piecing Sonic up and tosses him towards Shadow's direction, making both of them slide on the ground, eating nothing but straight dirt and particles. So Shadow starts to take off his inhibitor rings and begins to activate his full power as well. Then he dashes in so fast he creates a mother fluffing galaxy. Characters would do this and people be like, oh, he not even top 5 in his show. Sonic don't want to be left out on all the fun and copies them by doing this clean out recovery move and transforming into his light speed form. And Bro starts walking slowly. He think he's in Quahog. So him and Shadow sprint full speed to Silver, and Silver decides to unleash his ultimate attack and clicks both triggers, slamming the ground once more, and activates this beam of ki and light and yells to the top of his lungs, and booms both Shadow and Sonic, officially winning the fight and proving that he's the best there is. So he starts to gloat about his win and how he beat them, and he deserves it honestly, and so they gift him the Chaos Emeralds as his victory prize. He begins to transform with the emeralds, but we found out that Shadow pulled a nose switcheroo, a Smeckledorf, and duped Silver. And then Knuckles says this in response:
yeah, we all going to hell.
Fuck you mean we? Why you looking at us like we helped them do that stupid prank, man? We ain't do nothing. So Silver starts to go all out, activating maximum power, and he's able to transform and starts to descend down, and yeah, Bro's a clown. And Silver does not take this lightly at all and begins to activate his dark telekinetic form once again, and even decides to create a fucking spirit bomb this time on a head top. And Sonic asks Shadow what he did, and Ninja, you know what he read that. You see it. But Shadow responds with, it was funny. Bro, he the one friend that don't take anything seriously, dog. So they try to calm down Silver and he begins to monologue and talk about how they always laugh at him, but now they respect him because of his power. And I'm dying. Bro thinks he's Syndrome out there. Silver starts to go insane saying he didn't want to boom him, but he's gonna have to boom him now. So then he begins to charge even more power while laughing maniacally. And hey, I know y'all seen that.
Hold on.
Yeah, y'all got trying to go. Yeah, I know y'all seen it, but I would play it for non-ocular dojutsu users. Look right there. Right there. So Silver gets knocked the fluff out by Rouge of all people. And Rouge asks Shadow to stop picking on Silver, and Shadow says no promises, which is basically reluctant agreement. Finally, Sonic and Knuckles talk about how cool Silver's transformation was, and that's why I freaking love you, Knuckles. Real recognized real. And yeah, that's the end. Shout out Golden for the footage. Go check them out. They make great work. Link in the description, by the way. And I love y'all. Be kind. Be safe. I'm so freaking tired. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.